Chosen one, the moment you stand in right now is unlike any before it. This is not a season of waiting, not a time for hesitation, not a chance to delay. The weight you feel pressing against you is urgency, the undeniable pull of destiny closing in. This is your last chance before the window closes, the final call before opportunity passes beyond reach. Everything has been leading to this moment, every signal pointing you here, every whisper aligning you for this decision. You know what is required of you, you know what you must do, but the truth is clear. If you wait too long now, if you hesitate here, what belongs to you will slip away. Stay with this message until the very end, because what is unfolding in these words will align you with the path you cannot afford to miss. And when you finish, take one act of intention. Write your warmest wishes in the comments with the number 777. Let it be your declaration to the universe that you are ready, that you will not miss what is meant for you, that you are claiming the alignment waiting to manifest. This single act is not ritual, it is resonance. It is the release of energy that calls in what you desire, sealing your readiness with action. And what you release tonight will return to you multiplied, because the universe honors the bold. There is a danger in ignoring urgency. The danger is that you believe you have endless time, that you can wait another day, another week, another year, and the opportunity will still be waiting. But this is not the truth. Some doors only open once. Some alignments only come at a specific moment. Some paths are visible only when you are willing to move immediately. To delay here is not just to wait, it is to lose. And losing at this level is not about missing something small. It is about missing everything that was meant to carry you into the next season of your life. This is why the wait feels so different right now. You have felt signals before, but this is not like those times. Those were preparations. This is culmination. Those were nudges. This is the final push. It is as though the universe itself is pressing its hand against your back, urging you to step now, to act now, to move without hesitation. Ignoring it will not make it fade. It will only turn urgency into regret. And regret is heavier than any fear you feel in this moment. Think of how many times you almost moved, almost stepped forward, almost said yes, but you didn't. Each of those moments is still with you, stored in memory, quietly reminding you of what could have been. That is the voice of regret, and regret does not fade with time, it grows louder. Every missed chance echoes, repeating its lesson until you either act or surrender to a life of almosts. But tonight is not for almost. Tonight is for completion. Tonight is for finality. Tonight is for the courage to do what hesitation has always stopped you from doing. The pull you feel is not random, it is alignment. The pressure in your chest, the stirring in your spirit, the way everything around you seems to point to the same message, this is how you know it is real. You have asked for clarity and it has come. You have prayed for direction and it has arrived. Now the choice is not about knowledge, it is about action. Will you step into what has been prepared for you, or will you watch it slip through your hands while you stand still? The universe has spoken, the last chance has come. Understand this, last chances rarely announce themselves twice. If you walk away from this call, it will not wait for you. You may find another opportunity in the future, but it will not be this one. It will not carry the same weight, the same alignment, the same power. This is why it feels so heavy now, because everything that matters is tied to this moment. It is not just about what you will do next, it is about who you will become as a result. One decision here determines the course of what follows, so do not let fear silence you. Do not let hesitation trap you. Do not let doubt convince you that waiting is safer. Safety is an illusion, and hesitation is the thief that hides behind it. What is safe today will cost you tomorrow. What feels comfortable now will become chains later, but boldness will break cycles, open doors, and set you free. The choice is before you, and the window is closing. This is the last chance, and it belongs to you. The weight of a last chance does not come lightly. It arrives with silence, with pressure, with a knowing that is difficult to explain but impossible to ignore. You feel it in your chest, in the stillness around you, in the way every thought circles back to the same urgency. This is not the kind of moment you can casually dismiss. When a last chance comes, it carries the echo of everything that has prepared you for it and the shadow of everything that will be lost if you ignore it. That is why the air feels thicker now, why your spirit feels unsettled, why you cannot shake the sense that hesitation is no longer just dangerous. It is fatal to your destiny. Every last chance comes with a hidden cost, the things you will never see if you do not step. People often imagine that missing an opportunity means staying the same, but that is not true. Missing this moment does not leave you where you are, it pulls you backwards. It reinforces fear, it strengthens hesitation, it convinces your spirit that you are powerless. And once you accept that lie, it becomes harder to break free. That is the silent danger of ignoring urgency. You train yourself to believe that waiting is harmless, when in truth it is the slow erosion of your courage. Look back at the patterns of your life. How many times have you known you should move but didn't? How many times did you sense the pull but convinced yourself to wait? How many times did clarity arrive only to be smothered by hesitation? Each of those moments was not harmless. They were threads that wove together into cycles, and cycles do not break on their own. They must be broken by boldness. That is why this moment feels heavier than others. Because this is not only about stepping into something new, it is about ending a cycle that has chained you for too long. Cycles of delay feed themselves. The more you wait, the more natural waiting feels. The more you hesitate, the more hesitation disguises itself as wisdom. You begin to call fear caution, you call avoidance patience, you call stagnation safety. And little by little you bury your courage under false names, but tonight the disguise has been stripped away. You see hesitation for what it truly is, a thief. And thieves do not stop until they are confronted. This is your confrontation. This is the moment you stop negotiating with delay and declare that enough is enough. There is a heaviness to a last chance because it reveals what is truly at stake. This is not about one decision. It is about all the doors that will not open if you refuse this one. One choice becomes a ripple, and ripples shape a lifetime. That is why destiny is not built in grand leaps, but in moments like this, when you choose to act instead of waiting, when you decide to believe instead of doubting, when you take the step even though your knees tremble. Boldness does not erase fear, it overrules it, and that act of overruling rewrites everything. You may think that if you do nothing, life will simply remain the same. But that is the lie hesitation wants you to believe. Doing nothing is not neutral. It is destructive. The opportunities meant for you will pass to someone else. The doors meant to open for you will shut. The timing designed for your alignment will move on. You will not stay where you are. You will find yourself further behind, watching others walk into the life you longed for. That is the cost of ignoring urgency. It is not a pause, it is a loss. And yet the fact that you are here, hearing this, means there is still hope. The window is not closed yet, the door is not locked yet. The chance is still alive, but it will not be for long. That is why you feel the pressure so strongly. It is the universe calling you to move while the way is still open. This is mercy, but mercy always carries a deadline. You cannot expect it to wait forever. At some point, the chance becomes memory, and memory becomes regret, and regret will sit heavier on your soul than any fear you face now. So what will you choose? Will you let hesitation steal again, or will you break the cycle once and for all? Will you surrender to the lie that you are safer waiting, or will you believe the truth that waiting costs more than moving ever could? This is your decision, and it cannot be delayed. The air is charged with urgency for a reason. The time is now, the step is yours. The last chance has come, and everything depends on whether you take it or let it fade. There comes a moment when silence becomes the loudest signal of all. You know it in your bones when life is no longer nudging you but pushing you, when hesitation feels heavier than action, when the air itself seems to vibrate with urgency. That is what a last chance feels like. It is not always dramatic in appearance. There may be no grand announcement, no flashing lights. But within you, everything screams that this is the moment, that this is the choice that will decide whether you rise or remain bound. When life sends you a last chance, it is not simply offering you an option. It is revealing the turning point that will define everything to come. These moments carry a spiritual weight that logic alone cannot explain. They feel like destiny knocking on your door, whispering that the alignment is now, that the path is clear, that delay is no longer an option. You may feel your chest tighten, your thoughts race, your spirit stir. These are not random emotions, they are signals. They are the universe insisting that you cannot remain where you are. You must either move or miss what has been waiting for you. Fear always rises strongest at the edge of transformation. It knows that if you act, its grip is broken forever. That is why your mind begins to flood with doubts, why your imagination paints pictures of failure, why hesitation suddenly feels like the safer choice. But fear is clever. It disguises itself as protection, whispering that waiting is wise, that holding back is safer. Yet deep down, you know the truth. Safety is not what you feel when you hesitate. It is what you feel when you act and finally align with what was always meant to be yours. Think of the many signals that have come before this one. The strange coincidences, the repeated messages, the dreams that won't fade, the sense that you are being prepared for something greater. Those were not accidents, they were rehearsals for this moment. Each sign was building your awareness, sharpening your instincts, aligning your spirit so that when this final call came, you would recognize it instantly. And now here it is. The question is not whether the signal is clear, it is whether you are willing to follow it before the window closes. Last chances are not punishments, they are invitations. They are not here to condemn you, but to elevate you. The urgency you feel is not meant to crush you, but to shake you awake, to break the trance of hesitation, to snap you out of cycles that have stolen too much of your life. This is not the universe against you, it is the universe for you, refusing to let you sleep through the moment that matters most. That is why the energy feels so intense. You are being loved too fiercely to be left in comfort. You are being pulled too strongly to stay where you are, but love does not wait forever. The doors of destiny are timed. If you walk through now, you inherit the alignment meant for you. If you hesitate, the door will shut, not out of cruelty, but out of design. Timing is everything, and when the timing is gone, the path changes. You may still find another chance later, but it will not be this one. It will not carry the same power, the same opportunity, the same clarity. That is what makes this moment so sacred. It is not just a chance, it is the chance. What will you do with it? Will you let fear silence you again? Will you let doubt rob you again? Or will you choose differently this time? Courage does not mean you are unafraid. It means you act even though you are afraid. And that act changes everything. One choice, one step, one yes in the face of fear can unravel years of delay and open doors that seemed impossible. That is the power of acting when urgency calls. That is the power of a last chance accepted. So do not waste this signal. Do not talk yourself out of it. Do not wait for a better time, because there is no better time. This is it. Everything that has prepared you, everything that has led you, everything you have endured, it all points here. The last chance is before you, and it is asking only one thing. Will you move, or will you let it pass? There is a heaviness that comes when you realize the moment before you will not return. It is like standing at the edge of a cliff and knowing that the ground beneath you will not be here tomorrow. You can either leap or you can step back, but stepping back means watching the chance vanish into nothingness. This is the gravity of a last chance. It demands decision, and indecision is in itself a decision to lose what was meant for you. Time is the one resource you cannot reclaim. Money can be regained, opportunities can sometimes be rebuilt, but time never returns. Every delay has a cost, and the cost is measured not in hours, but in destiny. To let this chance pass is to allow time to steal from you. The danger is not simply losing the opportunity, it is losing the life you could have lived because of it. The most painful regrets are not about what you did wrong, but about what you never did at all. Think about how hesitation has spoken to you in the past. It whispers that tomorrow will be better, that waiting will make things clearer, that holding back will keep you safe. But when tomorrow comes, the same voice repeats itself. Days become weeks, weeks become years, and suddenly you find yourself looking back at a life half-lived, filled with unfinished dreams and silent what-ifs. That is the trap of hesitation. It never admits it is stealing from you, but it always does. Tonight, the trap has been exposed. You see it clearly, and you know that if you fall for it again, the cost will be too high. This is why urgency feels like fire in your spirit. It is not here to torment you, but to wake you up. It is the universe shaking you, demanding that you break free from the loop of almost ready, almost bold, almost alive. But almost is never enough. Almost never built legacies, almost never changed lives, almost never reached destiny. This is your line in the sand, the moment where almost must die so that action can finally live. And yes, it will be uncomfortable. Change always is. The leap will make your heart race, your knees shake, your breath catch. But do not mistake fear for danger. Fear is not proof that you will fail. It is proof that you are close to transformation. The presence of fear means you are standing at the threshold of something greater than yourself. If there were no fear, it would mean the moment carried no weight, but this carries all the weight of your future. That is why it feels so intense. That is why you cannot look away. The truth is, courage is not born in comfort. It is born in conflict. It is forged in the fire of hesitation and made strong when you choose to step anyway. Every fiber of your being may scream to stay where it is safe, but safety is the lie that chains you. What you call safety is really stagnation. What you call comfort is really confinement. If you do not move now, you are not staying safe, you are staying stuck. And staying stuck is a slower kind of death. There is a strength inside you that you have not fully tapped yet. You catch glimpses of it when you push past fear, when you choose clarity over doubt, when you act despite trembling. That strength is not absent, it is waiting. It awakens in the moment of decision. It does not arrive before you leap. It meets you as you leap. This is why so many people never discover it, because they never leap. But you are not like them. You feel the call too strongly, the urgency too deeply. You cannot deny it any longer. Imagine what waits on the other side of this choice, not just the relief of no longer hesitating, but the breakthrough of stepping into alignment. The opportunities that open when you say yes, the doors that swing wide when you commit, the energy that floods into your life when you finally stop holding back. The universe is not stingy. It has been waiting to release what is meant for you, but it will not pour it out while you stand still. It is movement that unlocks provision. It is boldness that unlocks destiny. So hear the urgency again, not as torment, but as invitation. It is saying to you, step now or the moment will pass. This is not cruelty, it is clarity. And clarity is a gift. You are being told the truth before it is too late. Do not waste the mercy of this warning. Do not let fear convince you that you can negotiate with time. You cannot. The only choice is now, and now is all you have. There is a threshold you have been circling for too long, a door you have stood before without crossing. You have touched the handle, imagined the other side, even dreamed of walking through, but every time you stepped closer, hesitation pulled you back. Tonight, that door stands before you again, but it is different now. You sense that it will not always be here. The frame feels thinner. The time feels shorter. The weight heavier. This is the sign that what you have been waiting for is now waiting for you, but only if you are willing to act before it fades away. Action is not easy. It demands energy, focus, and courage, but the cost of inaction is far greater. The world teaches you to believe that standing still keeps you safe, but that is a deception. Standing still when destiny is calling does not preserve you, it erodes you. The longer you hesitate, the more your spirit feels restless. The more your mind becomes clouded, the more your heart begins to ache with the silent weight of what could have been. Regret is the shadow that grows when you choose comfort over courage, and it does not leave easily once it takes root. But there is another shadow tonight, the one of fear. Fear will tell you that stepping forward will end in failure, that risk is too heavy, that you will not have the strength to endure what comes next. Yet fear always lies in the same way. It shows you the worst possible future and hides the best possible one. It magnifies loss and minimizes gain. It screams of danger but whispers nothing about transformation. If you listen only to fear, you will always believe you are standing at the edge of disaster when, in truth, you are standing at the edge of destiny. Consider how many doors have already passed you by, how many moments you ignored, how many whispers you silenced, how many signals you shrugged off. Yet somehow you are still here, still being offered one more chance. That in itself is proof that you are not abandoned, that mercy still surrounds you, that destiny still believes you can rise, but mercy does not last forever. The repeated warnings will eventually fall silent, and if you wait too long, you will find yourself standing in silence, wondering why the signals are gone. Do not reach that point. Do not allow this final chance to turn into another regret. Action does not require perfection, it requires decision. You may not have every detail figured out, but clarity comes in motion. When you step, doors open. When you act, provision arrives. When you move, alignment begins. Too many wait for perfect clarity before they step, but perfect clarity is the reward of movement, not the prerequisite for it. This is why last chances feel so intense. They strip you of the illusion that you need more time, more certainty, more evidence. They push you to understand that you already have enough to begin, and beginning is the only way forward. The transformation that waits for you on the other side of hesitation is not small. It is freedom. It is the breaking of cycles that have bound you for years. It is the release of energy that has been locked inside you, waiting for a decision to unleash it. It is the opening of paths you thought were closed forever, but none of this will come if you choose the comfort of waiting again. Every blessing that is meant for you is tied to your willingness to step now. Boldness is the bridge between who you are and who you are meant to become. The freedom that comes after action is unlike anything else. It is not simply the relief of making a choice, it is the liberation of realizing you are no longer held by fear. It is waking up without the weight of hesitation, walking without the shadow of regret, living without the ache of what could have been. It is breathing fully, standing taller, moving lighter. This is what waits for you if you choose differently now. And once you taste this freedom, you will never again allow hesitation to chain you in the same way. Do not underestimate the ripple your decision will create. One act of courage will lead to another. One bold step will strengthen you for the next. Soon you will find yourself living a life built not on almosts, but on action. And that life is the one you were meant to live all along. But it begins here, in this moment, with this choice. The chance is before you, the window is open, the urgency undeniable. All that remains is your yes. The air is thick with finality. You can feel it, not just in your mind, but in your body and the rhythm of your heart and the weight of your breath. There is no more waiting, there is no more delay. The moment that has been circling you for so long has finally arrived, and it demands a decision that will shape everything that follows. This is not another chance in a series of chances. This is the last one, and what you do with it will define the course of your life. Think of all the times you have been here before, staring at opportunities you let slip, standing at thresholds you never crossed. Each one left a mark on you, each one whispered its regret into your memory. But now the whispers have become a roar, the signals unmistakable, the urgency undeniable. This moment is different because it carries the weight of them all. It is not just another door, it is the culmination of every door you ignored. That is why it feels so heavy, why you cannot shake it, why you know deep down that there is no going back after this. The truth is that life is merciful, but mercy has its limits. Second chances come, third chances sometimes arrive, but last chances do not repeat. This is the kind of moment where hesitation is not just dangerous but destructive. If you wait again now, the opportunity will not circle back to you. It will pass on, and it will not look over its shoulder. Destiny is generous, but destiny is not wasteful. It does not wait forever for someone unwilling to rise. It moves forward, and if you refuse to move with it, you are left behind. This is why urgency presses so fiercely on your chest. It is not here to torment you, but to awaken you. It is the final alarm before silence, the last call before the doors close. To act now is to align yourself with everything you have ever longed for. To wait now is to choose the pain of regret that will echo louder than any fear you feel in this moment. Fear fades, but regret lingers. Fear disappears once you move, but regret grows stronger with every year you carry it. This is why the choice before you matters more than any other. The battle you are facing is not against the external, it is against yourself. It is against the voice that has told you for too long to wait, the part of you that has convinced you to stay safe, the hesitation that has stolen opportunities before. This is the enemy now, and it is not out there, it is within. But the beauty of this truth is that you are not powerless. You can silence it, you can break its chains, you can step forward even as it screams for you to step back. And in doing so, you will prove once and for all that hesitation no longer rules your life. What waits on the other side of this choice is not just change, but transformation. It is not just a shift in circumstances, but a rebirth of identity. You will no longer see yourself as someone who almost did, almost moved, almost lived. You will see yourself as someone who chose, who acted, who lived fully. That shift will echo through every part of your existence, rewriting not only your present, but your future. You will carry yourself differently, speak differently, move differently, because you will know that when it mattered most, you did not shrink, you rose. And do not think that what you step into will be small. Last chances do not arrive for minor adjustments, they come for seismic shift. The door before you is tied to breakthroughs you cannot yet imagine, to alignments you cannot yet see, to blessings larger than you have dared to dream. This is why the weight is so heavy, because the reward is so great. And the only thing standing between you and it is the courage to act now. Picture yourself years from now, looking back at this moment. Imagine the pain of knowing you had one last chance and let it slip through your fingers. The ache of that regret would be unbearable. But imagine instead the joy of knowing you seized it, the pride of knowing you moved, the peace of knowing you answered the call. That future is being written right now, and you hold the pen. Every hesitation is a line left blank, but every act of courage is ink that cannot be erased. Write the story you want to remember. The door is open, but it will not stay open. The signal is clear, but it will not keep repeating. This is the moment that decides everything. Step forward and claim it, or step back and watch it vanish. The choice is yours, but the consequences will not be shared. Only you will live with what you decide. This is why the universe has pressed you so heavily, why the urgency is so intense, because what is at stake is not just a moment, but a lifetime. So take the step, break the cycle. Refuse to let fear dictate your fate. Refuse to let hesitation steal one more second. Refuse to let regret be the voice that defines your tomorrow. This is the last chance, and it belongs to you. Act now, move now, live now, before it is too late. There is a moment after the decision where everything shifts. The fear that once wrapped itself around your chest dissolves, and in its place rises clarity. The weight of hesitation vanishes, replaced by a fire that steadies your steps. You realize then that the hardest part was never the leap itself. It was the waiting, the circling, the endless almosts that drained your spirit. Once you step, you are free. This freedom is not temporary, it is permanent. You will never again be the same person who stood at the edge and doubted. You will carry with you the memory of breaking through, of seizing the last chance, of proving to yourself that courage was always greater than fear. And that memory will anchor you in the storms ahead. Whenever you feel the pull of hesitation again, you will remember that that you already overcame it once, and that proof will silence every doubt. So breathe deeply now, for the night has passed.